welcome all. This is the first out of 3 sessions with the theme of augmented reality in reality by me and 2 other colleagues. Hopefully the other ones will have a better start. But anyway, let's go here. My name is Henrik Krohn. I am the COO of XMReality, and I'm going to present to you a field study that we did earlier this year. So, a little bit about XMReality. We are a software company based in Sweden. As I said, we're listed on Nasdaq First North. We were founded back in 2007, so we're actually pretty old into the AR business, or one of the pioneers. And we enable large global companies to fix problems faster and more accurate by focusing on their use cases and the streamlining of their business processes. We do this together with our partners, Novacura and Semcon, and they help us with content creation and also integration with the customer's ERP systems, like SAP, Microsoft Dynamics, Infor-M3, and others. We are even though we're a software company, we are dependent on hardware, and we run on basically all hardware available. We work with VU6 and ODG and others as well. And also, of course, we work on smartphones and tablets and PCs. We have a unique hands overlay feature. It's shown here in this small video on the phone. And we have a web-based client as well, so we're not dependent on having someone have to have the app downloaded before. We also have an IoT and an AR integration into the app, and we are, in that sense, pretty much hardware agnostic, since we run on all devices. We also have a very super easy user interface that you're happy to try in our booth here at 111. So, this is my colleague Per Arnell. He's the CTO of XMReality. And he's a true engineer. I know we have this solution where we deliver that helps our customer fix things faster, but how much faster? Do we know? Faster than what? So he wanted data. So we set out on a field study, and I'm going to present to you the results a little bit about the test. We had done some research a couple of years ago with the University of Chalmers in Gothenburg, but that was more of how it would be easier to work with instructions. So this was a new test where we wanted to compare the standard video call and compare it with an AR-enabled video call. And we actually run the test using smartphones and smart glasses. But since we set up the test so that the smartphone was installed on an arm, so that the differences between the two were basically negligible. And the test was this. It's a wooden puzzle, a 3D wooden puzzle. Very hard to assemble if you don't have instructions or anyone showing you how to do it. And none of the testers had tried any AR solutions before, so they were new to these tests. Really important. We ran the test in Sweden. We had 202 participants, and there were 75% men and 25% women. And the language was 80% Swedish and 20% other languages. So what were the results then? The first conclusion that we draw was that 84% of the testers found that the AR solution is much better than the standard video call. And with service technicians out there on the front line, if they feel they have a tool that can make them work even more efficient, they will. Some feedback from the users that the tool was intuitive. It was pedagogical. It had a direct visual feedback. And it was very good if there are language barriers, which there usually are in a global organization where you have service technicians out in the field, maybe a central support center somewhere. So if there was a tool that could help your service technicians feel that it was pedagogic and intuitive and give you direct visual feedback, would that be something for you? The second conclusion from the test was that the testers solved the problem 32% faster using the remote guidance call than using a standard video call. And the mean time was 3 minutes 18 seconds for the ones using AR calls and 4:22 for the other ones. So think about how much could 32% faster resolution time save you in terms of money. We had a recent study showing that about 82% of companies had experienced unplanned downtime, and the average cost was $2 million. So 32% out of that is $640,000. Another important conclusion was that with the remote guidance call, the testers made 50% fewer errors when they tried to assemble this wooden puzzle. When using a standard video call, there's much more trial and error, even though this is maybe not so intuitive and easy to, there are 6 pieces that needs to be put together. They can only be put together in one way. But if you try, go back and forth, you probably might manage. But the number of errors were reduced by 50% using a video call, because then you had the experts showing you exactly how to put the pieces together. You could see it in real time, what the test person was doing, and you could correct them. And you know, quality always counts. So improving the precision and accuracy is always important. And this is an interesting conclusion, because we also had the testers run a net promoter score. We put the net promoter score. They had to what their perception of the test was. And perception is everything. And I don't know how much you know about the NPS score, but it ranges from +100 to -100. So there's a 65 number difference here on that scale, which is basically a third of the scale. And the more positive we perceive a tool, the more positive we are using it, and the better we perform using it. So many of you could give your service technicians a tool that made them feel more efficient, secure, and confident. Well, you don't have to imagine that, because you can do that already today. So the basic summary: 84% of the testers preferred using remote guidance. But the problem solving was 32% faster using remote guidance. And they also made 50% fewer errors. And maybe the most important of them all, the users perceived the remote guidance tool helping them in a much more efficient way. So I said in the beginning that this was the first out of 3 sessions. We have another session here. Tomorrow, our CEO, Johan Kastevall, will talk a little bit more about how you can augment augment IoT with AR to empower your staff. And we will have Per Unell, our CTO, also running in a presentation on instant AR and going beyond the app and how we can actually make the AR solution accessible for people even though they don't have the app installed. They have just a web client, so they can connect and use the AR application. So thanks for the attention, and sorry for the late start and the technical issues. But please feel free to, if you want to know more and want to test the solution, come over to our booth. It's 111. So, thanks, guys.
And despite our technical difficulties, which you handled with absolute grace, does anyone have any questions? We have a little time.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, when you were doing the puzzle test, was there a time limit on solving the puzzle, or was it open-ended?
No, there was no time limit, so they could go on as long as they wanted to.
And one other question regarding the testers. Did any of them have previous understanding or use with AR, or were they all brand new to AR?
They were all brand new to AR.
Okay.
I said that, yeah. They had never tried any AR solutions before.
Okay, great.
I don't think I mentioned that, but I think the range of the age of the testers were from 9 to 80 years. Yeah, 80. Yeah, so we had a wide range of testers. Yes, we did.
Was there a difference between smart glasses and a mobile solution?
No, I was a bit hasty here in the start of the presentation, but actually there were some really small differences, but all in all they were negligible because we had put the phone on a fixed stand. So, and also one of the big advantages with the smart glass is that when you move around, you have your hands free, but you still had your hands free with the smartphone. So it wasn't that big of a difference. So actually, we did do tests with both smart glasses and smartphones, but the test results were pretty much the same. There were a couple of percentage up and down. But, yeah. Yep.
Do the testants okay, hello. Do the testants want to use AR in the start? Do they want that, or do they want it better the video?
They had not announced that they wanted to try it. We were doing this on 4 different locations. One was the city library, another was a museum. So it was just random people from the street, basically.
All right.
I should also say that the results from the tests are available as a white paper that you can download from XMReality.com, or you could come by the booth and we will tell you a bit more about it.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thanks.